Today let me show you how to crochet this mini boss keychain. I'm using 2mm crochet hook, and I'm using this yarn to direct you. And we need scissors, stitch marker, and some jewels. So I'm using this as a button to secure the boss. You can use any button of your choice to close it. It's a very simple pattern, friendly for beginners. You can also put your earphone in it, and then you can also make it as a keychain. It's very simple. Now you can use any yarn of your choice. As you can see, I have different color here, and also different yarn. Though I make the same rows, same rounds of this boss, but it came out different sizes because of the yarn that I use. So now let's get started. As I said, you can use any yarn of your choice. I'm using this yarn to demonstrate the pattern. Now go ahead and take your yarn, make a magic ring, and then chain one. Chain one does not count as stitch. Now make 3 chains. Now 3 chain counts as a double crochet throughout this work. Yarn over into that ring and make a double crochet. When you make your double crochet, don't pull your yarn too tight, just chain 2, and then again to that same ring, make double crochet, and then to that same ring you can make another double crochet. And to the same ring, make double crochet. Now we have a 2 chain in between. Now after you make 3 double crochet, chain 2. With chain 2 you make another 3 double crochet into the same ring. We should have 4 sets of these 3 double crochets. Now chain 2 again. You should always chain 2, don't forget to chain your 2. Now you can see we are almost having 4, but the first round we put 2. That's chain 2 and 3 counts as double crochet. Now we are going to complete it. Put 1 double crochet into that space before we finish it. Chain 2 first, and then yarn over into that space, put a double crochet. And then this is the 4 sets we should have, and with a chain 2 in between each of the 3 stitches. Now go ahead and make slip stitches. Count into your 3rd chain, the top of the chain 3 that we make. You make a slip stitch into that top. And then you make a chain 3 after your slip stitch. And chain 3 counts as a double crochet, as I say. So where we make our slip stitch and the chain 3, you are going to skip that space and then make a double crochet into the next double crochet. So now every time you make one round you will have an increase, and then into this space make 2 double crochet into that chain 2 space we have, and then into that same space make another double crochet. Now you have 2, and then you'll chain 2. When you chain your 2 into that same space, make another 2 double crochets. So now we are going to have an increase. So anytime you make one round you will have an increase. So now if you, let me say you want to make it big, maybe you want to make blankets, baby blankets or something else, you can go ahead and make more rounds, more rows as you wish. If you want to make it a big box for phone or laptop, you can go ahead and make more rounds of this pattern. Don't forget to chain your 2 whenever you put 2 double crochet into your chain 2 space, so that when you are coming back you have a space where you should work your increase. And after that there is a chain next to you. Go ahead and put double crochet into that chain, and then into the next double crochets put 1 double crochets into every each one until you reach your chain 2 space, and then you will do the same thing. And so the remaining stitches make double crochet into each. Into your last space make 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet into that same space. And remember, there is a chain 1 will skip when we make our chain 3. Go ahead and complete by putting a double crochet into that last stitch before you make your slip stitch. Now whenever you finish, go ahead and make a slip stitch on top of your chain 3. And this is how it's looking like. Now if you make another round, it's going to we are going to have another increase. So you start by doing the same thing. You chain 3. Now skip that space where you make your chain 3 into the next stitch. Make a double crochet. Your chain 2 space is always the same by putting 2 double crochet, chain 2 and then 2 double crochet into that same space. That gives us an increase. Like I said, you can make it big if you want. You can make more rounds. So just keep on working like this until you reach at the end of your work. Now this is the pattern you're only going to repeat. I'm going to work 7 rounds. Like I say, you can make more rounds if you want to make it big. You want to do it for something, you can make more rounds. And when you reach at the end, there's 1 stitch. Don't forget to put your last double crochet before your chain 3. Now go ahead and on top of your chain 3, make a slip stitch. Now continue like this until you have the amount of rows you want. And then I'll meet you back at the end so that we can join it together. Alright, this is the end of my rounds. This is what I want. This is the amount of rounds I want. So I'll go ahead and cut off the yarn. I'll cut a long strand of yarn because I'll be sewing this together. So I need a long strand of yarn. Now take your darning needle. This is how we're going to fold it. And then into this one to form the shape. Like this. Make sure if you are going to sew it, the right side of your work should be outside and the wrong side should be in the inside of your work so that you won't make a mistake. Now you just take the top loops of your work and sew everything together. Just like this. Both loops from this one here and then to the next part. Take both loops. Don't pull it too tight as you are sewing it. And then you're going to do the same thing for the next part. Right? So this is how it's looking like after I finish. So this yarn, I'm going to put it inside the purse. I'm going to hide it inside there. Don't pull it too tight. So just find some space in there to hide in that yarn. So now I'm going to take one of the jewels that I have. I'm going to attach it. If you have a button, it matches your work. You can use a button. If you don't have this, you can use something you feel comfortable with using. You can use it. And I'm going to tie that yarn inside of my work, and I'll hide it in there. I want to say that if you find this tutorial useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and give a comment. And thank you for joining my video. Now we're going to make this side handle of this. If you have a keychain, a little keychain, you can attach it there at the side. But if you don't have, you can just attach your yarn, and then I chain some amount of chains that I'm comfortable with, not too long. You can do the same thing, and I'll just come over into the next stitch and make a slip stitch to that point, and then I'll chain one and then cut off my yarn. And that is it. And I'll hide that yarn inside of the purse. So this is how our work is looking like so far. Thank you for joining my video, and I'll see you back in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all. Bye.